Welcome to the Estate Planning Minute. I'm Michael Glassford. I love explaining complicated legal processes through movies that we know and love. In today's video, I'm going to use Project Hail Mary as an example to talk about some of these basic principles that will allow you to start making your own plan, start making some decisions, and start formulating an idea of how to take next steps. One of the most important themes in Project Hail Mary is urgency. There are certain problems in the story that become irreversible if action is delayed too long. And estate planning works the exact same way. Because the tragedy is not usually that people never intended to plan, the tragedy is that they assumed they had more time. We're going to wait to do it next year. That sentence shows up constantly after crisis. We were going to update the will. We were going to create the trust. We were going to name the guardians. We were going to organize the accounts. We were going to handle the business succession plan. And then something happened first. Most estate planning disasters are not caused by bad intentions. They're caused by delay. People delay planning for a lot of understandable reasons. They're busy. They feel overwhelmed. They think estate planning is only for wealthy people. They don't want to think about death. They assume they're too young. They think nothing bad will happen yet. But incapacity doesn't care about your schedule. Accidents don't wait for retirement, and courts don't pause because your family wasn't emotionally ready. The risk is not dying someday. The risk is becoming unavailable unexpectedly. And honestly, incapacity is often the bigger issue because when someone dies, there's at least a legal process. When someone is alive but unable to act, that's where families can become trapped. If there's no power of attorney, accounts can become inaccessible, decisions can get delayed, courts may need to appoint guardians or conservators, family members may fight over authority, businesses can stall, medical decisions can become harder, if not impossible. And all of this happens while people are emotionally exhausted. I heard about a family where the father had a major medical event unexpectedly. He survived, but he could no longer manage finances or communicate clearly. The problem? There was no power of attorney, no trust, no organized system. So while the family was trying to help him medically, they were also trying to navigate the court procedures just to gain authority to manage basic financial matters. That's an incredibly expensive time to discover missing documents. And then there's probate, which most people misunderstand completely. Probate is not automatically evil, but probate is a public, court supervised process. And when there's poor planning, probate often becomes slower, more expensive, more stressful, more conflict heavy. Especially if documents are outdated, beneficiaries are unclear, assets weren't coordinated, family relationships are strained, businesses are involved, or minor children are involved. Good intentions do not override poor preparation. And one of the saddest things about estate conflicts is this: most families are not fighting because they're greedy, they're fighting because uncertainty creates fear. Confusion always creates conflict. When people don't know what you wanted, what's fair, who has authority, what the plan was, they start filling in the gaps emotionally. That's when relationships break down. In Project Hail Mary, preparation determined survival. The mission only had a chance because systems were built before the crisis started. That's the entire point of estate planning. You cannot build a parachute while you're already falling. So if someone watching this has been delaying planning, here's the reality. You don't need a perfect plan tomorrow, but you do need movement because partial preparation is usually better than none. Start with a basic will, power of attorney, healthcare directive, guardians for children, beneficiary reviews, account organization, document inventory. The goal isn't perfection, the goal is reducing chaos. And the people who suffer the most after a crisis are usually not the people who loved each other the least. They're the people who postponed hard conversations the longest. In Project Hail Mary, survival depends on preparation, trust, sacrifice, and systems built ahead of time. Real life isn't science fiction, but families still need those same things. So maybe the real question isn't, Do I need an estate plan? Maybe the real question is, if the people I love needed my plan tomorrow, would they find one? If you've been putting this off, start the conversation. Even small steps today can prevent enormous pain later. I help you build a plan for your family that reduces confusion, protects children, preserves businesses, and creates clarity during difficult moments. If you're ready to start building your own family continuity plan, reach out to me. After all, estate planning is not about preparing for death, it's about protecting life after disruption. This is why I say it's your life, it's your story. Make it a good one. Do you enjoy these videos? Please like, follow, comment, or subscribe. And for more information, visit legallifeplan.com.